Dear people who review collectibles online, I just recently have some Funko Pops that, I don't know, I thought you might want to review for yourselves. So if you get a chance, please let me know. Thank you. P.S. They're pretty awesome collectibles. They're from Rick and Morty. But you guys probably know that. Don't want to waste my time with this. No. Seriously, I'm tired of Funko Pops. Go away. No. Who are you? No. Fine. I'll just have to review it myself then. Today I will be reviewing the Rick and Morty Funko Pops from Wave 1, and I don't know, I think the other two are from Wave 3. So yeah, let's immediately get right into it. If you haven't seen Rick and Morty, I suggest you do. It is actually a really funny show. If you kind of like Back to the Future / Hitchhiker Guide to the Galaxy, Doctor Who type of things, then you'll definitely love Rick and Morty. But anyway, so let's see the pops that I'm actually going to be reviewing today. We got the mad scientist himself, Rick Sanchez of C-137. I think. We have his grandson, the not-so-brilliant, not-so-talented, not-so-useful, well, worthless Morty Smith. And we all love him, we all know him. He's the one-of-a-kind bird person, even though he's the only bird person we ever saw on the show. And I cannot wait for Phoenix Person. Cannot wait to get a Funko Pop of him. And because I thought it was cool, and I really wanted to get him, and I told the cashier to shut up and take my money, we have Weaponized Morty. At the top, we have pop animations with the title of the show, Rick and Morty, with the number of what pop this is. The window displays the pop really nice with the picture and the title character. Turning the box to the right, you'll see the pop with a wallpaper related to its own franchise. On the back, we get another image of the pop and the other figurines in the wave. The first pop we're going to review is Rick, and so far I'm actually very impressed with the way it looks, the way it feels, and just almost everything with this pop. I mean, it looks exactly like Rick. The facial expression is pretty nice. You see Rick, you notice the unibrow, the bags under his eyes, and also the spit coming from his mouth. On the back of his head, you'll see his noticeable spiky hair with a pretty noticeable bald spot, and it's been sculpted pretty well. Taking a look at Rick's body, you can see his lab coat, his blue thermal, and you can see in his left hand that he is holding a silver flask, which is highly detailed. You can see his belt with the yellow belt buckle, brown pants, and you can also see that he has high waters with socks protruding, and they're white. And to finish it off with his black shoes. On to the next pop, we have Rick's grandson, Morty Smith. Taking a look at the face, that is definitely Morty Smith, with his eyebrows giving you the illusion that he is actually nervous, with his lips curved, and small nose too. Taking a look at the body, his body is just as slim as Rick. You can see his yellow shirt, blue jeans, high waters, and his shoes, more on that later. And you can see the two C's that he is holding that he has to put way up his butt. One thing you'll notice is that the shoes are actually gray, where in the show they are actually white. And I kind of like this. I think this is a nice change just to show that they weren't lazy on the paint apps. The back of his body is pretty bland. I mean, there's really nothing that special. So yeah, watch out for Mr. Jellybean. You would know that reference if you watched the show. But don't worry, if Mr. Jellybean comes back from the dead, Morty will be ready with Weaponized Morty. Taking a look at the face, we have the angry eyebrows with the slanted eyes, and I think this is really cool, giving us the badass Morty that we all wanted, and Rick is a bit more proud of. Going down to the body, we can see Morty is armed, strapped, and ready to go with Rick's laser gun, that satchel around his body, and also 2 guns by his side. I really love how well detailed this gun is. It looks exactly what it looks like in the show, and it just looks so awesome seeing Morty actually hold it. Just both sides of this gun is amazing though, and I love the bandolier on Morty's chest. It's really cool. And I even love how the guns have silver paint apps to them. Thing you'll notice is that the shoes are painted a basic white compared to the shoes on the basic Morty, but it's okay. I guess that's just a little nitpick for me. There's also a base supporting this Morty, but more on that later. And last but not least, we have Bird Person. Hurry up with that Phoenix Person Funko Pop. I really need that. I really want that. That is probably going to be the best Funko Pop ever. So, let's get to him. Taking a look at the head, it is undeniably Bird Person. I mean, it looks exactly like him, from the big giant nose to the head wear on his head to the eyebrows to his lips. His facial expression is actually amazing. His eyebrows look exactly like feathers, and his head wear looks exactly like they're made from feathers. It's actually really perfect. Taking a look at his body, we have his pretty built up muscles, I guess. But no, it looks nice too. You have his gut, you also see his belly button too. You also have his gloves, which are very nice. They've been done pretty well with feathers at the top. You have his belt with his giant silver buckle. And you have his tunic. It looks like a skirt made out of feathers. Going down, we can see Bird Person is wearing his bird-like boots with the nice indents in each of his boot. I really like that. At the top, you also see some feathers, giving the illusion that he really is an actual bird person. If you look on the back, we can see the back of Bird Person. You can see the headgear, which is pretty nice, and it does look like feathers too. Looks a bit more like sesame seeds. And if you look at his cape or wings, actual wings, they are sculpted really well, like they're resting and he's getting ready to soar to find Tammy. I hate her. I'm not going to spend that much time on this one, but turning to articulation, the head moves 360 degrees. That's pretty much it. Save for Rick and Morty, their heads are actually pretty stiff, but Weaponized Morty and Bird Person actually have pretty nice spinning heads. So, doing a size comparison, Morty is a little bit taller than Marty McFly. That would actually not be true in real life. And comparing Rick to Doc Brown, Rick is a bit taller than Doc Brown, which is a bit more believable, actually. So you can now have your Back to the Future Rick and Morty crossover that should never be made, and no one also asked for. Yeah. And doing a size comparison to the other figures, you can tell that they're all in the same range, the same height too, with Weaponized Morty being a little bit taller than regular Morty, Bird Person being the tallest, and Rick being in the middle. So in the end, what do I think about these pops? Well, I actually really love them. The detail on them are surprisingly well. I mean, they actually look like the characters from the show. They don't look too Funko-ish. They look exactly like their characters on the show. My favorite out of all of these would have to be the Weaponized Morty and Bird Person, as they're part of the new wave, and honestly, they've really improved from the older wave. I also wanted to make sure if Weaponized Morty and Bird Person needed an actual stance, and to be honest, Weaponized Morty doesn't really need the stance, but Bird Person can once in a while tip over. I even love that you can get a different variety of Ricks and Mortys, because I heard there was a Doofus Rick and an Evil Morty. I mean, I have a Weaponized Morty, so I really want to pick up a Weaponized Rick. Who knew that an old man and his young lad would have a big influence on entertainment today? So look out, Doc and Marty, because here comes a Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty forever. RickandMorty.com. Rick and Morty 100 times. Okay, the review's over.